Hi, it's Mary here. Today I'd like to ask you a few questions that might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but since it's my job, um, I'm happy to ask these questions. It's not so much necessarily that they're negative questions, because actually, oftentimes it's a lot more difficult for us to accept good things about ourselves than it is to accept bad things about ourselves, because we are used to having a negative internal dialogue. Now, these questions might feel a little bit confronting, but I'd really like to encourage you to take a few moments and just think about all of these questions. Think about the answer, about your answer to all of these questions. So even if they feel a little bit uncomfortable, I'd really like to encourage you to go there. And know that you can always come back, and even if you can't answer these questions, it doesn't matter. What really matters is that you're open to asking these questions. Everything else is a bonus, because once you're open to asking these questions, you will begin to see evidence of perhaps these statements that I'm about to read out. So the first statement, or the first question I'd like to put to you is, do you know that you are precious? Without changing anything about yourself, without doing anything for anybody, do you know that you are a precious being who has a lot to offer to this planet? All of us have a really special talent, or a few, 2 or 3 or 15 or 60 million special talents, but we all have something very important to do while we're here. Do you know that you are precious? The second question I'd like to ask you is, do you know that you are the most important person in your life? You. Not your kids, not your parents, not your siblings, not your co-workers, not your whatever. You are the most important person in your life. Have a feel around that for a moment. Another statement that I would like to put to you is, you have a lot of value. Again, without doing anything, without being anything for anybody else, you, just as you were born, add a lot of value to all of us by you just being here. I really want you to feel around that. So if you ask yourself those 3 questions from time to time, do I know that I'm precious? Do I know that I am the most important person in my life? And do I know that I add a lot of value to this world just as I am, without doing anything or being anything for anybody else? If you begin to ask those questions of yourself, you will start what's called the self-realization, the self-actualization, whatever you want to call it, whatever fancy word you want to put on that journey, that is your journey into you. You will discover the most amazing things that you never thought were going to be there. And often, even though people that we work with, we might work with coaches and so on, they see our light even when we don't see it ourselves. But even if we can't see it ourselves, I know it's there. It's been a pleasure talking to you today, and I hope that you'll get a lot out of these questions, a lot of introspection, a lot of introspection, a lot of thinking, reflecting on things that maybe you didn't reflect on before, but you are precious. And I'll talk to you soon.